Hello, Leos, and welcome to your February 2024 reading. So, happy Valentine's Day, all my love and light to all of you, and let's celebrate that day of love, even though it is every day. But like I say, let's encourage the flower market and chocolate market today, the restaurants and the whatnot, to help celebrate this. So I meditated on your energy, and this month, on the month of February, my Leos, we come in with Two of Swords, Hangman, and the Lovers in reverse. Bang. So that tells me that because a Two of Swords in reverse is an unconscious paradox. If they show it here, they're saying that this month you're going to become conscious of it. Okay? That doesn't mean we're constantly in there. It just means that, everybody has unconscious paradoxes on one level or the other. But this month you'll be, one will come to the surface. Hangman, it is something that probably had an effect of a pause in your life on a certain level. Lovers, the lovers are in reverse if the Two of Swords is in reverse. I cannot make an inspired decision because of this unconscious paradox. So, but there it is. I get it. Ace of Sword. It is something that I wasn't able to turn the page on. It is something that I wasn't able to forgive. And now I'm going to see what it is. And by understanding what it is, this is actually going to give me an Ace of Wands. So a new direction, a new passion, extra energy. And being a Leo, you're going to do some very good use with it. Okay, under our tree reversed, something I gotta see. Hangman asks of us to look at things from a different angle, searching. Wait, we're gonna wait until you see it. Look at the unconscious paradox. Queen of Sword, you have the capacity to see it. She's upright. Six of Wands in reverse. So we have the Six of Sword, Six of Wands. It is something you haven't come back from. This guy comes back from war. And everybody's cheering him. He's back from the crusade, the war, the whatever events in our lives where we're still holding on to it. We still think we maybe need to prove ourselves, defend ourselves. We're still conflicted about it. We haven't come back from it. We haven't quite understood the lesson of it. So that means that the universe is still showing us the distortion of it in its energy. The way the energy is being traveling, it's like that. Under this thing, I have the Magician in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So, Magician in reverse, that means because of this, I wasn't able to have my full power as the magician. Maybe I could be manipulated. Maybe I could just wait. I used to wait to do something or do it in a way that did not give the results that I wanted. You know, my magician skills to bring us above so below had a problem here. When you look at this guy, he's like, I wasn't growing this kind of thing. There's a little disappointment in his face. And there's a bit of a discouragement also, because the energy has become heavy. It's a chore. It's a shovel. That Ace of Wands, though, is going to allow me to heal from that that understanding. Is going to help me to heal oh, I'm going to understand my old disappointments, and at the same time have an effect on my Seven of Wands. Why are things heavy and hard to maybe manifest? Because I don't have that coming back from. It makes it that I'm in constant situation where I have to put boundaries, I have to prove myself, I have to, use my willpower on a universe that attacks me instead of cheering me on. Yes, Leo, you've got it. You're amazing. Or there's that acknowledgement, that recognition of what we've went through or whatever. And it could be an old lack of acknowledgement from your third grade teacher, and you actually bought it, or one of your parents, and then you see that unconsciously you've been keeping this for all that time, and it just makes it harder for the dynamic of the universe to give you the acknowledgement you deserve. The moon. This was all hidden under the water. Under the water. You see how the Two of Cups has water, the Two of Swords has water behind it? Because these are truths that are in our unconscious, in our memories, in our subconscious, in these waters. So the moon here tells me that, it's gonna come up. Whatever was hiding in there and growing slowly in the bottom is gonna be coming up to be addressed, so that you can pour it all away. So that means moving yourself away from that troubling water, because you're going to give it back to the divine, and you're going to start growing things from the processed, understood waters, so that your reality resembles you a bit more. Let's clarify this. A lot of unconscious paradoxes coming up to the surface. That might be Pluto arriving in Aquarius that provokes all of this, coming and showing, wow, I'm holding two different truths that do not belong together in my life, and it's gonna make it come up to the surface. And especially here with Aquarius right there for you. So that might explain why a lot of signs have this kind of underlying dynamic energy this month. All right. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Leos for the month of February 2024. So let's look at that. Okay, so let's look at the Hangman in reverse and the Oop. Okay, so they're repeating the Seven of Pentacles. There's a part of you that was waiting, maybe waiting for the acknowledgement, waiting for the results of your life, and you're looking at it and it's still maybe not enough, or it's still maybe not quite what you expected from all the efforts that you've put on. That's our Seven of Pentacles here. Four of Pentacles in reverse. And there's a beginning of a releasing. in that energy here. Let's look at your Queen of Sword. Queen of Sword. Ah, Ten of Sword. That's why she's upright. And what does she see? What can she perceive, and which allows the process to happen? She perceives the unfairness. And next month we're going to have the full moon in Libra. She perceives the unfairness that you are not able to forgive here and turn the page on. And that was part of something you actually inherited. Something you actually, that maybe was part of the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever. 10 of Pentacles is a long process and result in our lives that I can see it. I see it from my grandfather, father, son, etc., etc. 10 of Sword. You're conscious of it. You're really conscious of it as you're coming into the month. The 10 of Sword is when we actually see and feel all of those swords, beliefs that came from that. I cannot go more than this. I cannot still believe two things at the same time. If we have justice here, I cannot believe that the world is unfair and at the same time hope to have my due. It's impossible. Those two things cannot cohabit together. Let's see. 6 of Wands in reverse for Leo. This is when, the 6 of Wands is when, our fire is balanced. So that's why it's that kind of, realignment, coming home. That's it. I don't have to work so much. I have a 5 of Swords in reverse. That's probably from the 10 of Swords that we just saw. And it's like, okay, maybe I will not, with my mind, always use the same arguments of, no, the life is unfair. The proof is that time, that my partnerships, my relationships, the mirrors in my life were unbalanced. I have so many proofs. Oh, okay. This comes down, but I still haven't forgiven, because I'm not willing to let go of the emotional baggage associated to that. I'm not willing to let it go. I'm not willing to come back from it, even if I notice that things do not grow from that. I'm not quite conscious of what it is exactly. So here with the Ace of Sword and the 6 of Sword, now I see it. Here's our Hangman. And here's our Death in reverse. I see what I do not want to let die. So, you're going to be fighting with yourself, my beautiful Leos. Hangman. And the Hangman just is putting a pause on everything, because he's going to say, I'm going to wait till you look at all of this from a different angle. What is the price you're paying for holding on to this? And holding on to the troubled waters of it also as a backup proof. We need to let it die. Magician in reverse. Yeah. Don't hold on to the water, because what you're going to be manifesting will be stuck in these kinds of vibrations. Why am I manifesting different situations, but it always stays the same? It always has the same vibration. And what are you? Same vibration of something not quite balanced, even though I understand the concept. It is not. Here I have the Star. You understand that the only way, that's your understanding. I'm seeing things differently now. Why do we write in the little booklets of the star that it is a wish fulfilled? You're going to get a gift from the universe. Because that is kind of not explaining what is happening, but it's kind of the side effect of what is happening with the star card. So what is happening is that here you see a woman. The moment you have a woman on a card, we're talking about the deep understanding, the invisible, not in the way you act and what you do and what appears and your aspiration and where you're going, but what you deeply understand within yourself. Okay, so there she is, and she's pouring away water, all of the emotional baggage, memories. She's a star. A star is a ball of fire. Okay, she is the soul having a human experience, but she knows that she is the soul. That's why she's naked. She's not wearing any clothes, because she is not her human experience with what transpires from her. She's the soul having a human experience, having not the human experience, but she's having it. And so the memories of it, it doesn't belong to her. She doesn't associate with it. That's why she knows she's infinitely provided with. And so she releases everything, releases it back to the collective memory, releases it back to the universe, call it like you want. She's not holding everything. And by being in that constant flow, she's constantly open to receive feminine, the lights from above. And that's why she can receive. And that's why the moment you're allowed yourself to receive, the universe is going to give to you. So as a side effect, you're actually receiving something. But not if you don't believe that you come from an infinite place. Him is in a finite reality, not an infinite reality. So therefore, when he gives, it is not from that infinite place. It is from what he was able to accumulate and bring. It's different. Therefore, he cannot receive unconditionally either, because he thinks that when he receives, it comes from a sacrifice. It comes from the efforts of somebody, and not from an infinite place like this. So it will always taste the same. So that's why. So let's look at this guy. Lovers in reverse, 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay. So we might be, by that understanding, starting to bring down the protective, life is just a bunch of challenges concept. We're still not ready to make our inspired decision that is going to lead us out of the paradox, the unconscious paradox. But at least we're bringing down our defense system. Because, when we think the universe is unfair, we're not gonna open the door to it because it's unfair. So here, okay, I'm gonna bring down the force field a bit. Ace of Wands. And being a Leo, your language to understand how the universe works will be through energy. Here you go. how the energy was propagated, created in the type of dynamic of the lion, which is your ego, which is your animalistic side, your body per se. Your higher self has to be over the body, has to tame the body. The only way we can tame is by creating links of understanding, care, charm, love. Oh, I see why you were acting that way. I see why you were, doing things in that way. I understand it now. It's because of this. And here I have the Pope with it. I know exactly how to change that reality with the sovereignty I have with my spiritual understanding. Let's look at that Four of Swords. So now I can actually heal and not just stop, using those experiences to hurt myself, but I can start healing. Page of Pentacle, King of Pentacle in reverse. So my old way, because we had the Five of Pentacle, I think you're going to see, and it's probably around full moon in Virgo, the rapport, the link with your physical reality, okay, with that interface of how you deal with reality. You're going to go from a King of Pentacle in reverse that wasn't able to bring to fruition his efforts in the Pentacle world to a Page of Pentacle upright. And that is an upgrade, because this is actually like a new way of bringing, of interacting. When I do like this, I mean the five senses. It's our interface with this reality, a new one. You're not pro at it yet, but at least it's not your old King of Pentacle in reverse that never gave you the results that you desired and that you put so much efforts in. The Moon. We have the High Priestess with the Moon. And that is a beautiful spiritual sovereignty over the hidden, over the unconscious, over, the waters. So this is when fate, alignment, the decision to let go will help you heal, see the bigger picture, temper, purify the waters. Instead of going through tempering, maybe you're just gonna release. And that is fine. That is a beautiful alignment. So, how do we call that? Uncovering a paradox, or say understanding why things were unfair. So I'm just going to write understanding why, and you're actually going to do something about it. So yeah, it's going to move you towards, at one point, release, forgive. And forgiving means it's to give back. So that not to, purify whoever harmed me and created an unfair, reality for me. I am wiping your soul clear through my forgiveness. No, I'm giving it back to you. This was your limit, your way of doing, but I will not define myself from these actions anymore. That is what using my willpower to push myself away from that, keeping only the wisdom, is. That's the true forgiving. So, on this, my beautiful Leos, understanding why, and then being able to do something about it. I am sending you all my love and light. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. Please subscribe to help grow the channel. That would be great. If you want a private reading, there's the description below. There's a website. You go on it. Very easy. The schedule is there and so on. User friendly. Also, thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moon and the full moon, I ask the universe to give you back in the shape that is the most needed for you. On this, namaste, and I'll see you next month.